question is about China that announced today that chicken wings imported from Brazil tested positive for COVID-19. So what should be done in a situation like this? Can we get infected by the virus from food, including frozen food? What are the risks? What are the recommendations for consumers, people that work in transportation of food and also in production and packaging, and of course to companies and governments as well? Thanks a lot.
So thanks for the question. I can start, and maybe Mike, you would like to supplement. So yes, we are aware of the reports of these tests. What we understand is that China is testing on packaging. They're looking for the virus on packaging, and they've tested a few 100,000 samples of looking on packaging and have found very, very few, less than 10, positive in doing that. We have issued guidance with FAO on food handlers and working with food, working with frozen foods, working with live foods to keep people safe in their working environment. We know that the virus can remain on surfaces for some time, but the virus can be inactivated on your hands if you wash your hands or use an alcohol-based rub. And if the virus is actually in food, and we have no examples of where this virus has been transmitted as a foodborne, whereas someone has consumed a food product, the viruses can be killed, like other viruses as well, can be killed if the meat is cooked. So we have issued guidance on how to ensure that people who are handling these products can work safely.
And may I just add, because I think people are already scared enough and fearful enough in the COVID pandemic, it's important that we track findings like this, and it's important that we don't discount scientific evidence where we find it. But it's also important that people can go about their daily lives without fear. People should not fear food or food packaging or the processing or delivery of food. Food is very important, and I would hate to think that we would create an impression that there's a problem with our food or there's a problem with our food chains. They're under enough pressure as it is already. We will continue to track findings like this, but as Maria said, there is no evidence that food or the food chain is participating in transmission of this virus, and people should feel comfortable and feel safe in the now. There are many other reasons why we need to protect and we need to cook our food properly, and there are many other contaminants of food that occurs, but I think we should not be placing COVID as a risk in this area. I think it's important that we don't conflate observations like this into a major concern around food. Our food, from a COVID perspective, is safe, but there are many other reasons that we need to keep our food chain safe, and many people work very, very hard across the world to ensure that our food is safe and of the highest quality.